Hi and welcome to the final game of TNQ tournament. So after a big loss against Ogre, I'm facing off the Skavens, and his list is as follow. To the left of this picture we have a Vermin Lord, then you have a Doom Wheel, then you have a block of slaves with a warp lightning cannon behind it. Then a big unit of storm worming. In that unit he have his general, a Skaven warlord-ish, something like that. Two assassins, his BSB, and the unit have razor standard. You also have a plague mortar attached to them. Then you have another group of slaves with a cannon behind it, a rat dart, double of its normal size, a unit of clan rats with a plague mortar, and to the right of this picture he have another Vermin Lord. And my mission for this game is to basically just kill his Vermin Lord to the right of this picture, and you can see some small green tokens. His mission is to control those tokens at his turn 5 or something like that. But the point is I can pick those up and I can even eat them and add them to my spell. So I will add the dice. If I roll a 1, I lose a 1. If I roll anything else, I just add it to the spell. So that's his list and the scenario. Well, for my own list, I have in my left corner I have a trap, then I have on the hill 20 archer, then I have a unit of realm knights, and they have my lord with heroic bow, my questing lord, 3 up ward against the last wound, and the speed lord who adds a d6 to the charge. I then have a wyrmlance. In that unit I have my BSP, my general, and of course another paladin, and my level 2. Then I have 10 fast cap, another trap, and I have an errant lance with my level 4 in it. And my plan there is just go around and 6 dice amber spear on his Vermin Lord. I also have 3 paladins in that unit, and that's my deployment. Well, since I'm Bretonnian, he will get the first turn, or he can choose to, but I have never ever played a game where my opponent choose not to take the first turn. Well, you can see in the left corner that's his Vermin Lord. He's moving up towards my catapult. His Doom Wheel really didn't roll that far and only ended up over there. His slave bus moves up. His other slave bus moves also up. His storm worming stay where they are. The plague mortars move up to get in range with my lances. He didn't know what to do with the rat dart, so he just pushes that one up, and he uses the slaves to go around that big golden thing in the middle. I don't remember what the golden thing did. It was like if you cast a spell you can exchange it for another spell or something like that. But that's basically his movement. In a magic phase, he's 6 dice plague. I use Scroll of Shielding on my level 4 land, so I got a 2 up ward against it. So he didn't do anything in his magic phase. Well, my center lands get shot by 2 warp lightning cannon and 2 plague mortars. And well, both of it's no armor save. The plague mortar I only get a 6 up ward against. The warp lightning cannon I get a 5 up ward, but I failed it. He managed to take out enough knights to do that I didn't get a lookout sir for his last warp lightning cannon, I think. So one of my paladin, the one with the ruby goblet, died. My general took 2 wounds, and my BSB passed his ward save, I think, but ward planning Karen is scary at Brett Knights because he really don't need to kill a lot to get out the lookout, sir. He need, if I have a 12-man lance, he need to kill. Since the champion doesn't count, it's 11 minus 5, so we need to kill 6 knights. 7 knights to get out the lookout, sir. So that's a very dangerous war machine for the Brett to facing. Well, this is the only picture I have of my first turn, but basically what happened is, since I can add an d6 for the charge and I have the Banner of Swiftness, I managed to make a charge into his Doom Wheel, and I did not kill it. I think I did 4 out of 6 wounds or something like that, and I break it and I roll a 10, so I roll a little bit too far. I rolled a 10, 11 or something like that, a little bit too far. My plan was actually to be in line of sight of his warplating cannon and charge this, but as it looks like now, that stone is a imposter terrain, so I cannot see his warplating cannon anymore, and that's basically make my knights in a bad position. In other news, on the other flank, I just take the 3 remaining realm knights, hide them behind the hill, the bowman, in the bottom of this picture, standing on. I took my general and my PSP and move it into the errand plans. I push that one forward, and my fast cav goes forward and steal a warp stone. I 6 dice Amber Spear on his Vermin Lord, but he passes his ward save, so, and the traps didn't do anything. So that's my first turn. So over to the rat man's turn 2. His 2 Vermin Lord move closer to my catapult traps, so one of his Vermin Lord will charge my traps next turn and the other will charge the other trap next turn. He did some smart things with his slaves over here. He moved them up closer to my knights to pretty much stop them from reforming and stuff like that, and since that stone is impossible, I don't really have any good option for them. He pushes his stormwarming up. His slaves pushes forward because basically I have nothing on this flank that can threaten him. They go up and take the warpstone token. As you can see, they're standing on them right now, and that's all for his movement. Well, his magic didn't do much. He's shooting one cannon misfire explode, the other one's roll short. I think one was plague mortar misfire, the other plague mortars kill a knight, something like that. So over to Brett's turn 2. As you can see on this picture, I have taken the 3 remaining wyrmlance and hide them behind that hill, just to get them out of harm's way from shooting. I decided to stay with my wyrmlance in the top left corner because if he sends in his slaves, I will hopefully, because I had 3 characters in that unit, win that combat, and even if it not break, I will lock up his slaves, and then it will hopefully send in his stormwarming or vermin lord or something. And since I have always strike first with my general and heroic killing blow, I hopefully can snipe out some character and keep up a big part of his line with that single lance. And the archer, they just stand still and try to shoot down his plague mortar, and they fail because plague mortars have a 5-up armor save which saves it. Well, this is the other flank. What I did here is I took one Paladin and moved it out to stop his clan rats over there from charging me. He also had the flaming lance, so he will use a breath weapon on his clan rat and killing a bunch of them. don't cause any panic test at all. My Damsel will join the peasant cav, and they will pick up another warpstone. And yeah, so that unit have 2 warpstone token now. And I leave just enough room for my lance to hopefully charge his clanrat next turn if either my Paladin breaks or if he have a leadership 10 rerollable in base. He hopefully will kill some clanrats and will not lose with too much. And so that's my plan for this flank. So this is Skaven player turn 3, and as you can see, my plan is working. He takes his stormworming to pick up that warp token and move towards my lance, and he takes his slave unit and move towards my bowmen and the knights to hopefully kill them or something. And as you can see, his Vermin Lord have charged my Treb, and his Plague Mortar are getting ready to fire into combat with the slaves and the realm. Well, of course in combat his Vermin Lord kills my Trebs. An interesting question came up. If you cause D3 wounds, a war machine, if now the Vermin Lord causes D3 wounds, does it affect war machine, or does the crew represent wound, or how does it work? If someone knows, just post it below. We ended up thinking that it did actually work, so he got D3 wounds. Even if he didn't really need it, because he basically could kill some stupid peasant crew member without breaking a sweat with Vermin Lords. So, and my realm knights hold. He didn't kill anything, and they stick. And as a Bret player, it kills my heart. And my opponent also have a Bret army. He also comments on this. I am 5 wide. I don't know, that just doesn't fit anything, but since the rule says you cannot take models out of combat, and I have 4 knights in combat, so I have to reform 5 wide to basically get a rank bonus, and he won't receive a flank. And a correction, I have in my turn 2 I have taken out a Paladin from that unit to go around and take out his warp lightning cannon, so that's why he'd stand right in front of it, and it will charge the warp lightning cannon and kill it in my turn 3. So it's very nice to get his artillery out of the way. Well, this is my wyrmlance slamming into his clanrats, and my fast cav just reformed to face his Vermin Lord and 6 dice Amber Spears once again. And on the other flank, I did the brilliant move of conga line my skirmisher archer, so his stormworming cannot flank charge my knight, so it buys me 1 more turn, and he will only fight stupid peasants, and if they die, well, okay, they are peasants, that's their duty. And I take my 3 remaining realm lands into his, no, not into, I put them next to his Vermin Lord so we cannot see them. And of course, up in the top right corner of this picture, my Paladin charges warp lightning cannon and will kill it. And the brilliant strategic of 6 dice in Amber Spear on his Vermin Lord succeeded, and I get 500 points for the Vermin Lord and 600 points for the objective, so in 1100 point magic phase it's pretty okay. And well, in the combat we just stand and grind everywhere. The knights with heroic blow lord grind down some slaves, and the other knight just grind down some clan rats, but he didn't do anything to me, and we just stick around and bash it out for another couple of turns. Well, for Skaven's turn, he's storm arming, charge my peasant archer, and he didn't kill very much of them. I think I have at least 12 or something like that left, so but they will run off the board anyway because they are peasants and they're stupid and they're cowards and have no honor at all, so of course they will run off the board. His slaves are getting withering down, but I don't think I can avoid getting a flank charge, and you can see his Vermin Lord over there is facing my Bretonnia knights now too, so they are in big trouble. And on this flank I managed to break his clan rats, even though they were steadfast leadership 7 or something like that, but they break, and my Paladin followed them, and my realm follow the red dart who have flank shot my Paladin in this turn, and it ended up I catch the red dart and are in a pretty good position there, and my lone Paladin will charge the clan rats off the board next on my turn number 4. So this is Bretonnian turn 4. You can see my wyrmlance with the character stuff have moved forward because they were out, have a pretty decent charge range on his units, and they couldn't get around a Skaven poison cannon thrower. My wizard and the fast cav move forward, and to the left of this picture my 3 remaining wyrmlance is standing on the edge of the table edge, just trying to get as far as possible away from his Skaven slaves. And that's basically what I do in this turn. I try to cast curse on his storm worming, but he dispels that and it had no effect. So in Bretonnian turn 5 I reform my lance in a single file. I have my lord with heroic killing blow in contact with the stormworm, and because he has all the strikes first, my plan is basically to heroic killing blow his general, and that's a pretty solid Bretonnian plan. So he sends in his stormarming in the flank, he sends in his Vermin Lord in the back of the knights, and his slaves that was pretty close to my knights just pushes towards them to make a final charge in turn 6, and he used a plague mortar to chaff up my 1 remaining whole realm lance, so my realm lance cannot do a turn 5 charge to help my knights if they would stick around. And well, my plan failed. My lord strike as his general. I think I actually did 2 wounds to him, but it's not enough to kill him. So its lord survive. You can see here he's run me down with the slaves and the Vermin Lord, and he takes his storm army to facing my other knight unit, and that's given turn 5. Well, for Bretonnian turn 5, what I did was I didn't want his storm army to make some weird turn 6 charge. Even if it was a little chance, I took 1 paladin to just stop him from doing that. I tried to amber spear his Vermin Lord. I failed, or he dispelled, or something like that. It's not irrelevant. And my 3 remaining wyrmlance turn around. They still standing on the edge of the board to face his slaves. And yeah, that's my turn 5. Well, Skaven turn 6, he charged my Paladin. I failed. I didn't die, and I fled, and he didn't catch me. I take a wound from the inner strain test though. And for my turn 6, I would say I will not charge his stormworming, basically because even if I have a flank and potentially can cast Savage Beast, I think it's too risky to do. I will I will charge his slaves instead, and I will catch them and kill them and get like, I don't know what slaves I have, 60 points or something like that for killing them. And that will be basically what I will do with my wyrmlance in the 6th turn. And well, this was truly amazing. It really shows the honorful Bretonnia knight in it, as they one knight died a glory death in battle, and he have a charge, he have 3 ranks, he have charge down from a hill, I have a banner, and I have a couple of kills. I was down, I think, 5 or 4, so I was either on the 3 or a 4, something like that, and I made it. And it's just so awesome for my Bretonnia knights to just show this courage that's such a typical for the knights of Bretonnia in the fluff. They will fight and die to the last man and never run away and do the coward easy way out, and they basically just standing on the edge of the table. Well, this is the last picture of the game, and annoyingly for him, my Bret Knight still stands. I move up my wizard and 6 dice the curse, and I get it off. I didn't get miscast, so that was nice, and you couldn't dispel it. I think I lost this combat round 2, but not very much, and I made my leadership 7-ish roll, and that's the game. And it ended up he have 2 warp stone tokens, so I get 300 for each, so 600 extra. That's exactly the same amount that I get for my objective. And it ended up I won by 300, 400 victory points ish, something like that, and it ended up being a 11-9 victory for the Bretonnians. And well, that's the end of this tournament. I will do a quick go through of the overall achievement of my army, how I think it worked, how the units worked, and finally how I placed in this tournament. If you have any questions, just use the comments below to ask them. If you like what you see, subscribe and like it. And that's all for me. I hope you enjoyed it. I see you around.